So I have made this for tracking my own personal training day to day. So let's go inside into a user account, and once I am in, you can see this is my home page, this is my profile, and this is the people that I would love to interact with. Okay, so on my attendance, you can see I have uh, created this account today. So the only attendance you can see is today on June 22, right? And there is no more attendance, but you can see, like, if I click on this, you can see that today I have done very lightweight exercise. That's why the green color is very light. And what exercise I have done is like alternate hammer curl, which is of 2 sets, and which is of a total workload of 820 lb. And depending on this amount of workload, the more heavy workout you will do in a specific day, the more green light you will get, and the more less light workout you will do, the more lighter green you will get. And then comes you can also view your stuffs in kg or lb. I will keep my stuff in lb. All right. And then you can see I have the sessions. I have 2 sessions here. So normally what happens is like your personal trainer make custom sessions for you made with different exercises, right? And you have to perform those sessions. Uh, so that's why there are sessions, and you can actually add more and more exercises, or even create a new session and add exercises into those. And after that, what comes is like your bests. So on day-to-day basis, actually here, if you come, when you will actually keep performing one of your sessions, right, and keep doing exercises, your day-to-day best will automatically be get calculated here. And you can see your best stuff, like best sets, best reps, and best weights automatically on this personal best. And also you can also track your milestones. So you can see that I have started tracking on this date with 2 sets of best 15 cross 40 lb. So as soon as I go and actually do more and more progress over time, I can see the progress here. And also, yeah, so this was the main thing here. And here we have our people. On the people, we can see we have two kind of things, which is our trainers. Okay, who can train me. Or you can see Alex Cutter is my trainer. I do not have any clients because I don't train people, and I do not have any friends also because it's a new account. And if anyone sends me some friend request, I will be able to see here inside the friend request options, and I can add anyone as my friend using their username that we just used for signing in. So that's the thing about people. And finally comes on the home. So on the home, you can see if I go to back on a previous date. So as it is my new account which I have opened today, all of the previous days are showing as a rest day. But you can see today is actually showing my session, and I had 2 sessions, right? So I can perform any of the sessions today, and I have choose trials of 3 exercises, which is my this session, and out of that I have actually completed only one. And I can also expand. We can see that we have done 2 sets here, and if I wanted to do one more extra set, I can add one more set. And after adding one more set, we can actually say like what we have wanted to do in the third number set. So if you want, we can also change it to change the amount of weight we have used, or the number of reps we have made, and so on, and mark done. And then we will be able to see that, okay, we have done 3 sets of this exercise in what quantities without worrying anything. And if you just, for an example, you have done this exercise, but you just said like, okay, I wanted to do a mix of both sessions, and so you switch to the other session, and you'll be able to see that, okay, this is coming as an extra because this exercise was not included in today's session, but as you have performed this session, so it will always be in the counting list as an extra. And you can also switch to any sessions any day very easily, and then you can actually also perform the other sessions exercises and do a mix. And if you don't want to do a mix, then you can stick to your session, and then actually keep doing your stuff. And even though like after doing the exercises that are in your session, if you wanted to add a new exercise, you can really add it. Suppose if you wanted to do the air bike exercise, and suppose you have done 8 reps, okay, and you can say mark done. So we can see that on the extra, I have done a new exercise called air bike, which was not a part of my actual session list, but I have done it as an extra, so it is coming as an extra. And now if I move to the session B, then we can see that we have done two exercises that was extra, and we haven't done an exercise that is a part of session B, which is AB roller. So this is very useful for tracking your day-to-day things. And you can also see that on the if I try to add a set, right? So here it is saying me that add extra load on top or a negative number for assisted reps. So sometimes if you are doing an assisted pull-up, right? So we wanted to add a negative number here because we are doing something less compared to our body weight. So we can add a negative number to show that it is assisted. And some advanced workout are like when we actually attach more weights on our body and then try to do a very advanced pull up, then we can actually add extra weight on top of our body weight. So that's why you can see even though the extra weight is 0, our total work is 1320, which is the 8 times of my total body weight. And that's how the total work is being calculated here. So yeah, this is the actually the main menu. So this is how you can do the tracking very easily. One of the main interesting thing of this project is like the thing about trainers. So in spite of I am a user right now, right? My trainers can come and actually fix my sessions and also log stuffs for me in spite of I am not being available there. So me and my trainer can work together on this app. So what I will try to do right now is sign out, okay? And from here I will try to put the username of my trainer that you have seen as on the dance account, and I will try to put the password also and sign in. So now if I go to the profile, you will see this is the trainer's profile who is like a very jacked guy, and you can see that, okay, we have a lot of um, uh, attendance on his workout, right? He attended February, March, April, and every time we can check what his workouts was by clicking on these dots, and we can really see what where the sessions were in these days that my trainer did or the trainer guy did, okay? And then we have a sessions, so we can see that these are the sessions of my trainer, okay? So he have a lot of sessions that he actually performs on day-to-day basis by alternating, right? And if anyone wants to copy, if I wanted to copy any of the sessions of my trainer, I have to just to do is like click on this, which would be copying the code. And then when I will be on my own account, I can add that code here and directly inject the session without me remaking the session from scratch, which is very good, right? And the other thing is, uh, yeah, and now if I go to the people here, and if I go to my clients, I will see Dan O'Connor as my client list. And what's the best part is like I can click on Dan O'Connor, right? And then I can see his profile from here. But also I can try to manage his profile because I am his trainer right now. And then you can see, I can see what he did today. He did the air bike and the alternate hammer curls and all those things. And right now, if he's doing live exercise with me, I can log on behalf of him. Suppose he just completed 90 hamstrings. So I can log on behalf of him while he's doing the exercise. And now I can say like, okay, he has done 10 reps for on extra body weight of maybe 5 limbs. And I can LBS and it's done. And so we can see that this exercise is done. So I am logging here on behalf of my client, whom actually I'm training with, right? So it's very useful here. And on the other hand, also, if I go to the profile of my client and go to the sessions, right? You can see that these are my client sessions, right? And If I want, suppose I wanted to change the session B of my client, I can add an exercise, okay? And here are lots of exercise, but I can also search here. I can search via equipments, I can search via the muscle groups and all those things. And suppose I wanted to add this adductor groin on the or maybe this advanced kettlebell windmill to the exercise list, and it is asking me which session. So I wanted to add it to the session B, right? And then my job is done. I can go back, and if I come back here now on the sessions and go back, we can see that the advanced kettlebell windmill is there. And now if I exit, right? And after exiting, if I come to people and go to my clients and see that client and see his sessions, so you can see that on his session, I have actually added successfully a new exercise. So whenever that new client visits his profile next time, he'll be able to see these changes the trainer made for him and do these sessions and workouts on day-to-day basis, right? And it will be very easy for him to track it down. And in this way, the client and the personal trainer can really communicate very well and log very nicely without worrying. Because anytime, whatever you are logging, your best is actually being tracked here. So if you see the best of the trainer and some open a log, so we can see that for the barbell squat exercise, the trainer started tracking on March 2, okay, with 3 sets, and then he actually increased, so it is a rep PR. So from 6 you can see he has gone to 4 sets of best 8 of 193 lb, and then again a weight PR increase from 193, he has gone to 198. And like this, we are actually tracking the entire progress from the logs he has been making from time to time, right? And his final benchmark is you can see the best 8 of 254 on June 5. So that's why you are seeing uh, the 254th thing here. Or maybe if I go on the top, so you see 11 across 193. So that's why you see 11 cross 193 as the last max. And if you can see his whole journey regarding this exercise on this panel. So as soon like when a new user comes, starts logging and starts tracking his sets day to day basis, automatically his attendance will be coming here. He can check the day to day attendance on what he did, right? And at the same time, he will also be able to uh, see improving our day-to-day basis through these cards on different exercises. And he also be able to know like when he actually did this progress and what was the progress about. Was it about like increasing reps? Was it about increasing weights, or it was increasing sets and so on? So this was the mainly the app idea, because I've seen like most of the time my trainer trains me, but as it is like updating the same information again and again to all the sessions, what happens is like we often forgot how what was the last maximum thing, and again we have to erase it, update it, and lots of manual work. So I have updated everything into a software so that he hasn't have to do that manual work, and we can focus on more on the workouts and more on logging, in spite of actually worrying about how and when we did the progress and all the tracking stuffs. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.